Frieren Season 2, Episode 1. Same journey, this time with better smelling clothing. Will things ever be the same again? Wow. Amazing. Let's go. And this time, Stark gets to be included, probably. Back to normal. What an exciting life. What an exciting adventure. True, and probably very relevant to what's coming. Gotta think ahead. Yeah, you've never been safer than with Frieren riding in the car with you. I wonder how close we'll get this season. Wasn't it like 10 years or something estimated? There's something cool about what the driver is saying about how for people who've never left, it's unfathomably long. It seems like in a way, it's the polar opposite of Frieren. Frieren's life just one crazy epic adventure blur that until recently didn't seem all that significant to her. But this man can only dream, you know? Frieren seems to have appreciated that. He's like, I can't imagine how long that must be. And she's like, yeah, I know, I've done it twice. Season 2 opening. Prepare for feels. Falling blossoms, which are very temporary. Okay, I thought you looked bored there for a second. Feels like coming home. Good to see them. Whoa. Interesting cuts. There will be adventure. There will be environments. Is it seasons? That would fit in with the blossom thing, right? Flowers bloom. Mr. Green Apple, I know I've seen that in like a bunch of different openings. Oh, wait, is it just Apothecary Diaries? They're royalty. There is sort of a overlap in sentiment between Frieren and Apothecary Diaries, sort of, in that both Frieren and Mao Mao are experts at their field, and just a little bit externally non-expressive and cold, not overabundantly forthcoming with emotions, but inside heart of gold, you know? I'm not a huge fan of the song, but the intro's pretty. 29 years from the death of Himmel, the hero. Was it previously 28? The world of Frieren, sort of like America and refusing to use normal units. What is a AD? Very on theme or on brand for like the traveling RPG thing. Fishing. It's got to be a fishing quest for some reason. You wonder like who is the audience for this, but then there is. You realize that there is. If there is a thing that repeats across all iterations of a genre, very strong evidence for the fact that there's an audience for that thing specifically. Someone out there is just crushing these RPG fishing games. Not Stark though, apparently. And the cooking minigame. I can barely see it. That was nice of her. That's charitable. I believe in you. Oh yeah, this is Frieren. Is it a chest? We're like managing her now? Positive reinforcement. What? You just pulled that huge diamond out of the bushes? Looks valuable. Maybe we don't need to take jobs after all. Ever again. Maybe that was the last job. That was the last time we took a quest. Now we just live on the proceeds of this stone that we found in the bush. That's disturbing. Something bad is coming. Oh, okay. Okay. That doesn't feel like a lot naturally, but I mean that could be everything. Did you say expensive? Oh, wait, but oh, this is tough though because this could be useful. This seems like the bulletproof vest of the magic world. Oh yeah, that's true. But it works both ways. What about Stark? Trust in Stark. There's no faith in my boy. Can you not just give it to Stark and have him walk 3 meters ahead of you? Does he need to be stuck to you at all times? Or if he insists on being that attached at the hip, you could just like throw it ahead of you as you walk? I mean, for a house, I feel like we could figure this out. Didn't we go to school for this? Okay. No, it's a whole house. Someone's gonna find it. It's a trap. You're in a lot of danger right now. Knew it. Somehow. Oh man, they're just burning through all their mana right now. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay. You survived that. Okay, you survived that too. Oh wow, we're neutralized. And rich! We're neutralized and rich! So rich! Yeah! Well, I mean, okay, there will be a sequence to it. You're not literally gonna, like, take this all, but with all this money, they could just buy Heaven's End or wherever they're going. Looks like this will end up being very Stark central. It's time to learn to trust him. Oh, yeah, I feel like that's also a solvable problem. You have to try, right? You don't want to just take her word for it.
他の出口を探そう。
Okay, take your word for it. So why are there like naturally occurring floating crystals? Follow-up question, why do you guys hate money?
頼りにしているからね。
Now that I have no other choice. Oh yeah, the Frieren walking montages, the exploring montages. These mushrooms are super valuable, we better leave them here. These ancient dinosaur bones are very valuable, we should probably leave them here. These people just hate money. He's still working on his fishing. He did promise. That's gonna come back around.
フリーレン様は大型の魔物の巣かもしれないと言っていました。
I thought initially that
よくぐっすり眠れますよ
hole
ね。
was made deliberately to catch
気楽な
them.
もんだな。
This is interesting because actually, allegedly, she has no power. I mean, usually she's confident because she can afford to be. Though, like, while I can't remember specific examples, I feel distinctly there's a precedent for Frieren always having more than it appears. She probably has a contingency here.
フリーレン様はこんな場所でも楽しそうでした。
She's having a great
私は怖く
time,
てたまらない。
which is wonderful.
魔力探知すら使えないんです。
No tools. Totally powerless, yeah.
まるで
Of the thing you
暗
rely
闇に
on.
放り込まれたみたい。
フェルン。
A bunch of answers here. And there it is, right on cue.
魔物
How do you know it's a monster? Oh, she almost slept through that.
毒。
Yes, that's the part that's scary. The venom.
どうしてそんなに。
私はシュタルクに命を預けているからね。
There's nothing that she can do.
俺はいざっていう時に逃げ出す男だぞ。
Nah, that's just an identity. There's no reality to that.
じゃあ一緒に逃げようか。シュタルク、ヘラン、目をつぶって。
She's got away. The blinding light. I don't know if she fully gave him a chance there. I think if his back is really against the wall, he'll do it. But giving him the out sort of weakens that resolve. That's a classic Sun Tzu stratagem, to never put your enemy's back against the wall. To take a guess at something that's forming here, there are different potential sources of motivation for how they each might feel. So like, if Fern, for example, had her magic, she might feel perfectly comfortable in this cage, but her sense of security and well-being is based on the premise that she can handle anything that comes up because she has the tools. Frieren's calm, though like, I think she has tools, and I mean, that was one of them that we just saw. It seems to be based on something a little bit more zoomed out, less tangible. Something like just faith and maybe other frames of mind. Like there are some things you can control and some things you can't. Time spent worrying or agonizing about something that's out of your control. It's just energy and time wasted. There's no correlation between how much you worry and the events. It's weird because the mind tricks you into thinking that anxiety, for example, rumination is action. Like it kind of scratches that same itch. It feels like something is happening, but often it isn't. I feel bad for Stark too because this is a recurring thing and I feel like he had some good momentum in season 1 and one of the biggest ideas there. And I think in many shows and in life, the issue was with the categorization. Like that also isn't real. I am the kind of man who runs away in times of need. That is making the mistake of treating the past and the future as the same thing, which they're not. The past is something that can't be changed. That's a record. It's been written. And so the way to approach the past is reflection and analysis. The future is completely unwritten and is just based on choices moment to moment. So the approach is making the right choices. There's nothing about the identification of past patterns that dictates what the next choice will be. And thinking that it does takes whatever bit of agency you do have and shrinks it, which is a shame because there's just so few things in life we could control. There are so few things we actually can affect in a meaningful way. To willingly part even with those things because of some story we've made, some causative link from the past we've imagined, is a terrible thing to do to oneself.
なぜお前は俺に命を
Oh, now give us the
預け
relevant
るなんて言えるんだ。
Himmel equivalent. Where did we learn this?
そんなことは軽々しく口にするもんじゃない。
True, another thing is Frieren really meant it, and that shows.
僕たちはパーティーなんだから。
He's a great leader. Whoa, some Himmel action. He is cool in word and in deed. This is awesome. And he came through.
それじゃあ逃げようか。
We run together. I see, I see.
なぜ僧侶の私が重い方を？
ハイターは酒臭いってさ。
She said nothing. Yeah, also, like, running is okay. You don't need to kill this thing. Wow, right on the edge of the venom cloud.
みんなで逃げるのも悪くないでしょ。
What's that saying from that movie I never ended up watching? I just saw the preview for. The body retreats, the spirit does not. I gotta watch that movie. We gotta remember what's important here, what the actual goal is. And we have a shared vision for what that is, even if it's not always spoken. I don't know, if I'm Stark, I get Frieren's point. I still feel a little bit like, oh, you know, I would have loved to handle that.
昼飯の食材こんなもんでいいかな。
You brought back leaves? What's for lunch? It's leaves.
よし、魚でも釣ってくるか。
I love this fishing thing. This is great. I predict at one point there will be a giant fish, a monstrously big fish. Venom Apex Grand Fish. And you'll be like, oh my god, is that a fish?
寒い。
When do we get to the onsen?
温泉までの辛抱ですね。
Speaking of tropes, you must have an onsen.
鏡レンゲのブレスレット。
That was the gift,
か
right?
らもらった
Yeah,
やつだっ
yeah.
け。
She treasures it.
杖だってそうだけど、フェルンって楽しそうに道具の手入れをするよね。
But it's not really the things, right? It's what it represents to her.
こうして大事なものが増えていくのが嬉しいのかもしれません。頑張って選んだ甲斐があったかな。すごく悩んでましたもんね。
Her appreciation of those things will also grow over time. But the things will stay the same, if you know what I mean. The intensity of her feelings when she looks at them will grow, which is really interesting. It's funny what items can imbue this sort of meaning. This is one of the things I like from some of the Persona games, where if you reach a certain level of friendship with a character, you get like a totem or something, some sort of memento. I always like that idea, and I thought it's a cool thing to have with friends. There are certain things I have in mind for certain people, where the gift they gave me is sort of like a physical emblem, something more that I can really put into words. Very general. It's also really nice to take sort of these esoteric, non-physical feelings and sentiments and energy and insights and to like crystallize it into something, if that makes sense. You know, to make something with it, write it down or turn it into something that you can like look at and feel more tangibly and maybe other people can enjoy, etc. This almost definitely sounds like I'm making too much of this and I'm going overboard, but there's something I feel that's divine, if you'll excuse that word, about that process. If there was a God, our creations and our imbuing feelings and concepts that are so far beyond us into something material and shareable is a mirror of some godlike process. Great example of that, Frieren, the show we're watching right now, was once nothing. Like it was pulled from the ether. Someone's mind, which like, what is that? Someone's electrochemical signals somehow crossed that barrier into reality where it's something that people can share online. You know, it was put to paper first. People sat there and made it and put sounds in it, and now it's like in data. Is that crazy? It's so cool to me.
あ、
エッチ。
Nah, I'm onto you. I maintain that the real pervert is Fern. Pervert may be correct. Oh no. Sorry, just taking some L's early in season 2. But it's okay, we still love him. And we still believe in him. That was like the, what was it? Beef and broccoli in Cowboy Bebop, where there's no beef.
もしかして今ちょっと空気悪い？
He's not
そ
feeling
う
great.
かも。
But it's good that
フリーレ
Frieren
ンもそうい
had the
うの
instinct to
分か
even
るよ
think
うに
about
な
it
っ
and
てき
ask.
たのか。
Yeah, this is progress, amazingly. She's
二
getting
人っ
it.
て
She's
相
getting it.
性悪いのかな？
そうは思わないけどな。
シュタルク。
No, it's the opposite.
ん
There's so
も
much
し居
there.
心地が悪いならちゃんと言ってね。
Wow. She's like very like, I'm feeling it. I don't know. I feel the sentiment, the warmth.
こっちが北部高原方面。あっち
Detour.
がノイトラール港
Detour.
方面だね。
フリーレン、あれってもしかして宿屋か？
Did we ever earn
フ
any
リーレンじゃ
money?
ねえか。
Oh my god. I did not expect them so soon.
意外と早い再
Right?
会だ
That's what I'm saying. It's amazing. Where's Ubel? Probably off doing something terrible. Her name was Ubel, right? It's been a while. Best girl, you know what I'm talking about. Ubel, yeah. By the way, I've been holding this in for so long after season 1. I finally like figured out definitive proof for why Ubel actually is really good and sweet, and that's that I really, really like her.
リア
Seems like
ル
everyone's gonna play a role and come
元気そうだな。
back. Except for Stein. Stein's just gone.
北の果てでまた魔族が暴れ始めたらしくてな。
Yeah, they do that.
船酔いが嫌だってだだこねてるのよ。
Let's look straight ahead
い
as
い
far as you
年
can
したおっ
see.
さんだろ。何やってんだよ。
What does that have to do with seasickness?
別のおっさんもよく言っていたな。
There he is! We can see him in ghost form only. That's the best you get. You're gonna take Ghost Stein, you're gonna like it.
あの話？
Oh yeah, that's
北
right.
の果ての戦況はだいぶ悪くてな
There's a team up, right?
前衛が圧倒的に不足している。
Nah, his place is here. This is where he belongs.
俺は往生際が悪くてな。北の果てを守るためなら何だってやる。
When you say anything,
こいつ口説いてもいいか？
I will allow it and I will enjoy it. This is
フ
not
リーレン様。
being unconcerned. This is not
乾杯
caring, even though it might look that way or be interpreted that way.
もしかしたらシュタルクにとって私たちのパーティーは窮屈だったのかもしれない。
No, I don't think that's it. I think the only thing suffocating him is he feels unworthy, which actually, if anything, maybe is a sign that he's in exactly the right place. This came up at 100 meters. If you're not feeling some sort of pain or some sort of pinch somewhere in your life, it is possible that means things are going great, in which case that's beautiful and amazing. Also quite possible, like, you're just playing it too safe, you're avoiding risks deliberately. But if you were to take those risks, that would be more fulfilling, and that would probably be the point where your growth and your development and your fulfillment would be at its highest. I sort of like Frieren's style here because it's not actually detached, it's more free. I think she really loves Stark, and I think she loves him in the way where she'll be happy if things work out for him well. You know, there's not really that personal need from it. I need you to be here with me right now. Now, she wants to see him flourish. And if that's joining the Vanguard, then that's joining the Vanguard. It's not wanting him gone. Though then again, maybe she just meant like he feels suffocated being with 2 girls.
あの、
But, I mean, also not
シュタル
true.
ク様。
Do you feel suffocated?
シュタルク様はそれでいいんですか？
The man made his own decision.
すべてを放り投げて村を見捨てて逃げ出そうとしていた。
Yep.
最低だろ。
Nope.
フリーレンはさ、 俺のことを無理やりパーティーに誘ったって言っていたけど、
Right, yeah, that wasn't exactly true.
あの夜にフェルンが俺の背中を押してくれたから、一緒に旅がしたいと思ってパーティーに加わったんだ。
That's nice. Sometimes you just need to hear it. Sometimes I think it's just you're not aware of the other option. This is the problem with spending too much time in your head. The mind is a powerful thing, and it's like where the heights of a lot of human experience is. But if it's not properly anchored, it tends to drift away. And one of the best anchors is other people, and people who are generally well composed and can see things clearly and want the best for you.
臆病な俺をここまで引っ張ってきてくれたのは、フリーレンだけじゃないんだぜ。
Nice of him to say.
俺はどこにも行かないよ。
Yeah, that was clear. There's no
だから
obligation.
もっと優しくして。
I'll try. Do my best.
いっぱい撫でます。
何企んでるの？怖い！
めんどくさいなこいつ。
Pervert. The way you fled. She was clutching the bracelet. She feels comforted by it. The three people who mean the most to her.
回路は莫大なロギンがかかりますし。
Which we would have had
それに
if we had just carried that crystal.
北部高原は師匠たちも通った道だしな。
Why do you hate money?
変な依頼を受けたり、厄介ごとに巻き込まれ
Yeah,
たり。
they enjoy the long way.
お前らにはお前らの冒険があるってことだな。
They're sort of insane. Like they know what they are.
それじゃあ行こうか。
Shall we go? What's with the graves on the road through this whole episode? It's like just a reminder of the mortality, a reminder that this is coming to an end. And new season 2 ending. It's Himmel writing his autobiography, but he stops for a minute to think about his adventure and his love. And his pen turns into a flame that Frieren is holding, wielding against the darkness, and her shadow is a butterfly, which is fragile, seasonal creature. There's something very like seasonal, if you know what I mean, about both the opening and the ending. Okay, that was very timely, about time. A fossil and Frieren, and then she became a bird and used up all her mana. And that bird. Feather is the quill with which Himmel wrote his autobiography. It's a circle, just like the seasons. I don't know, there's a lot there. Let's see how the season plays out. So I think that was a great start to season 2. It feels good to be back on the road and done with school. I hope we never take another exam again. I also love how Frieren is not licensed still, because, you know, that matters. And we're back to our life on the road and exploring our humanity and bonds with each other, taking detours. But we seem to be enjoying it more now. I think we appreciate it more. Frieren really seems to be coming alive. Frieren seems like pleasant, a lot more pleasant than I remember her being. Stark revisiting some of the same issues from season 1 that are going to continue to be ongoing. I think he's going to be the one to pull the sword. Oh, actually, wait, didn't that already happen? And we just didn't see the result. We were left to speculate. I think he pulled the sword. Maybe that's what's stifling him, stifled by that weight. But nevertheless, he does seem resolute in why he's there. And they all have a very similar why. And so it feels good to travel with them. And I'm looking forward to what season 2 has in store.